family and friends, and my faithful, loyal YouTube subscribers. Today it is June the 6th, Monday, June 6th, 2016. As you just watched that video, you saw a father who attacked a man in a court. Father of a slain girl leaps at smirking killer in the courtroom. Let me give you a little background information about that video. Michael Madison was sentenced to death for killing 3 young women, and as a father of one of the slain women was speaking, Madison was mocking him. Eventually, the grieving father just couldn't take it anymore. So only minutes after serial killer Michael Madison was sentenced to death in a Cleveland courtroom, the father of one of his 3 victims lunged across the table and tried to grab the smirking defendant while deputies jumped in and pulled him off. The father, Van Terry, whose 18-year-old daughter, Sherilda, was killed in 2013, was speaking at a podium at the front of the courtroom at the sentencing hearing last Thursday, saying, I guess we are supposed to find it in our hearts to forgive this clown who's touched our families, who's taken my child. And as he turned toward the killer, Madison grinned. Terry responded by leaping across the table, grabbing at Madison's face. Madison maintained a smirk throughout much of the ordeal, which you can see in the video if you look closely. Terry's sister, Sonia Richardson, said afterward that the father was distraught with the death of his 18-year-old daughter. The family is there pouring out their hearts, and he's sitting there smiling, which caused my brother to launch at him. It was horrible to be that close, to have to breathe his air, to be in the same room with a person who was so horrible, and he didn't care. He was laughing when the judge gave him the death penalty, Richardson added. The sex offender was convicted last month on charges of killing Terry and 2 other women, Angela Deskins, 38, and Shatisha Sheely, 28, and stuffing their bodies into trash bags near his apartment in East Cleveland. In announcing a sentence of death by lethal injection, which clearly this man deserves, Judge Nancy McDonald said it was incomprehensible that a person could commit such crimes of sheer inhumanity. People who commit the kind of crimes that you have committed must be punished, and must be punished as severely as the law allows, she said, looking at Madison. It is an absolute necessary. Terry told CNN that he did not know whether he would be charged over the courtroom scuffle, so that the father might be facing some very serious charges. I pray and hope that the judge and the prosecutors will let him slide. But I couldn't imagine being a father sitting in that courtroom, witnessing my daughter, looking at the killer of my 18-year-old daughter, who never had a chance at life snuffed away by this young man. And he's smiling. There are a lot of reports that you can read about what all the background information that took place there. But I have to say, I support this father, because there's just no way in hell I could have sat in that courtroom knowing that this man had killed my daughter in such a horrible way. And he's smiling and laughing and making fun of the scenario. I think it's sad. So hopefully this father will not get in trouble and not be charged with a crime. I don't think they've charged him with anything. This happened last Thursday and Monday. I looked online to see had they charged him with any crime of some sort. So right now it's still up in the air. I don't know what they were charged him with. Probably disruption of the courtroom. I can think of a couple of charges. If a prosecutor wanted to, they can pretty much throw a bunch of stuff at you for interrupting a courtroom session like that. But I think in this case, he deserves a pass. Only because his daughter was so young, never had an opportunity, never had a chance to even see life, killed by a maniac who is on his way to death row for lethal injection. Thank God for the death row. I am a pro-death penalty person. I think these for certain crimes, you should be put to death immediately. They should have took that man outside that courtroom and shot his ass dead right then and there. All is sitting up and appealing, and they sitting up in jail and sitting up for months, years, and decades in prison. Take them out back. Get rid of them now. Especially if they know without a shadow of a doubt that this person did commit that crime. Take their ass right out back and shoot them in the damn head. That's how I feel. I don't think this man deserves to be laid up in prison at the taxpayer's expense for the next decade while he fights to get appeal his death penalty sentence, which is normally how this works. So bravely, he will meet his demise pretty quickly is the hope. But I don't know. What do you all think about the video? What do you think about the father's emotions in the courtroom? Should he be charged with a crime? Should he be let go? Go look at read some more information on the background about this individual's case and what he did to these women. I mean, there's some gory details about how he dismembered these women and put them in trash bags in his apartment. And put the trash bags not too far from where he lived. I'm not too sure how they found out it was him. I didn't really. I know I read it last week. I was going to do this video last week, but I know I read what they did do, but they found out. So anyway, if you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. This is kind of a short video, but go look. As you watch that video, I'm really curious to know what you all think about the father's actions. And if you were in this situation, would you have done the same thing? I think I would have. I'm pretty sure if that was my daughter, I probably would have lunged across that courtroom too. And I would have got that nigga. Oops, I wasn't supposed to use that word. I would have got that motherfucker. I sure would have. But anyway, I'm out of here. I look forward to reading you all's comments. Let me know what you think about that incident in the courtroom.